Hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a good time out there. Good week, good week. Well, I'm gonna make a couple videos in it, and it's going to discuss about women trying to find men. And I got some commentary after this, but it's really interesting how women are getting so desperate on finding a man.
Welcome back, it's Doug MPA. So if you guys don't know who Kendra G is, Kendra G is a media personality out of Chicago, and she has a single show on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, where people call in looking for love, right? She pretty much took Kevin Samuels' show's format and corrupted it and ran with it. And the main people that call in are baby mama, tattooed, weaved up B-dubs, all looking for a 6 foot tall, six-figure man. It's really sad. Look for it on YouTube if you dare. Well, this black woman here went to Kendra G's singles mixer in Philadelphia, and she's going to report on what she saw, because apparently there's a whole bunch of women in there and no men. Sounds about right. If you watch any of Kendra G's shows, you would ask yourself, what man in his right mind would show up to a Kendra G singles mixer? So this girl is going to give us an account of what happened. Before we get into her video, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And I'm going to put the link to the original video to give her credit for posting this. But let's get into this.
So I've been holding this video in the vault for a very long time, but I'm finally going to talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
As a result of I've been holding this video in the vault for a very long time, but I'm finally going to talk about it. Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty, and I believe I walked past. It was like, and the crazy thing is, I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing about it. When did I walk past?
So let's give her man credit for even going anywhere near a Kendra G singles mixer. He must really like this chick.
It was like in the middle.
Oh, I'm walking through the Kendra G Singles Live Philly, and nobody is there, y'all. Hold on, look.
How sad is that? Look at that. Nobody in there. Nobody.
Closer to the end, right? So I walked past, and it was like a big old Kendra sign out there, and I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for. I wanted to meet Kendra, and he's like, he didn't really know who Kendra was, but I was telling him who Kendra was, and I was like, I want to meet Kendra. So I go down there and I walk in. I didn't record when I was walking there, but I did record me walking past and leaving. And the girl at the front desk was like, Kendra is not here. Kendra didn't show.
Wait, hold up. What is this on her teeth? Does she have the upper part of her lip pierced? So she has all this hardware in her ear, both of her nose pierced, and then she has a piercing on the top part of her lip, guys. Yikes.
Jesus H. Rock.
Ah.
Show up. I said, okay, well, this is it? She was like, this is it. Like, this. And I said, well, did a lot of people leave? And she said, no. Like, because I thought I got there on the tail end of the party. And she was like, no. It wasn't a lot of. But what the part that got me is she said only 2 men walked in.
Only 2 men. 2 men. And this is a metaphor for dating right now, guys. 2 men out of all these single women. Tell you, guys, we've had it. A lot of American men are done with dating. They're done with dealing with the baby mamas, the bad attitude, especially B-dubs. There's a lot of black men in Philadelphia, and they just don't want to be bothered. And why would they?
It's been nothing but women there all night. As you can see in the video, it's nothing but women. As I was counting the video, it was like 14 women. And then that's not even including the women that were in the back. It was like groups of women in the back getting drinks. And it was 2 men Too many. And the part that kills me is that one of the men, right? And this is what, when women say they don't compete for men, it kills me because deep down inside they do. They just put it in the front and say they don't, but they do in real life. Outside, right? One of the men pulled up in a black Bentley truck, like while I was at the desk because he was looking for parking. So another man pulls up in a Bentley truck and walks to the front, and everybody got up out their seats, looking up, looking at the door. Everybody. He walked in, he looked around, he walked up and talked to the DJ. Eyes, all the women eyes was on him. He was that he was a tall just. So I'm thinking in my head, this is Kendra's show in real life.
There it is, guys. There it is. Guy was 6 foot tall, drove a Bentley, well put together. All those women would have cut each other's neck to get that guy. That's how it is out here, guys. That's why you got to get to the top 15%, top 10%, guys. To take it from me, all the young guys watching this, if you're getting no play in your 20s, wait till you hit 35 and you have a good career and a good income. The whole world opens up. Take it from me.
All of the women are looking for this small selection of men. The 6 foot, that was the 6 foot 6-figured man they all were looking for. That was him. And they all was, and I'm standing there, I'm looking, I swear I'm looking, and he talks to the DJ, and they cacking it up, and he just walks right on out, and they watched him walk right on out, and I was like, you can't tell me men at the prize, child. You can lie and say they aren't, but women outnumber men so bad, in especially popular urban areas.
It's just sheer numbers, guys. Sheer numbers. If you show up to a nice bar on a Friday night in a suit well put together in 2024, watch what happens, guys. There are some bold women out there. Women are starting to realize that they have to do something. So go to a nice bar, sit at the bar in a nice suit, especially black men. There are some aggressive black women out there, guys.
In Philadelphia, even when you watch Kendra G's show, there are more women on the show. Kendra say this all the time. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. There are more single women than men. If you look at Kendra G's video, scroll down, I counted it. I'll do what y'all want with that information. But it was just a funny sight to see. I honestly believe dating is dead. I don't think people should date. I think dating is dead. I don't think you should date. If you already haven't found your partner and you know you're superficial, just have hookups and call it a night.
That's already going on right now. A lot of these women, oh yeah, I'm celibate. I'm waiting until marriage. I'm waiting for my 6 foot tall guy until Nug or Tyrone creeps through the window at 1 o'clock in the morning, blows your back out, and then he's out by 6. A lot of these women, especially guys, there are women who haven't been with a man for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and they have that moment of weakness.
Just have hookups and call it a night. That's just me personally, because most people are superficial, whether they like to say it or not. But yeah, that was it. The 6 foot 6-figured man walked through, saw the women that was up for grabbing, didn't choose any, and walked right on out. I was shocked. I thought more men was gonna come out, especially the men that be in the comment section. But I'm not gonna lie, Kendra dating show does not have the good. I wouldn't go to an event for Kendra anyway. I was going to be fucking nosy, and I was with my man. But
at least she's honest. She even said it. Looking at the quality of women calling into Kendra's show, why would a man go to this? And she was just being nosy. Good for being honest, young lady. I'm gonna give you a round of applause.
So like the people who are on her show, they're not good dating options. Like they're not good dating options. Like even if you watch her show, like the men and women that goes up there, they're not good options to choose from. Nobody on there is healed, so I can imagine what it was like in real life. I just thought more men would be there. That's all. That was just me. I thought more men would be there. I thought it would be an equal event, but to see if it was full with women, this is not my first time hearing about this, but I'm just being...
And she said that Kendra G wasn't even there. This is how it is, guys. All these women, it's all cap. It's a bunch of single women out here trying to get the small percentage of men.
Sonic Temple Art and Music
Still here
Festival
for a woman's point of view.
Biggest year yet. For the first time.
Y'all, the women are now begging for the men to hang out with them. This is so bad. You know, I would have never thought in a million years that I would witness the day that women were practically on their knees begging for the men to hang out with them. Not date them, not marry them, not be in long-term committed relationships, but to merely hang out. It has gotten that bad, you all, that the men have completely abandoned ship. Okay? They don't want anything to do with a lot of the women today, and I just can't help but to think, how far have we fallen? Ladies, how far have we truly fallen from grace to where the men are now avoiding us like the plague? They don't want to kick it with y'all. They don't want to turn up with y'all. They don't want to do anything with y'all. Like, what did y'all really do? I have real questions, okay? I mean, when I came across this video right here, I said, yeah, it's looking like we're doomed. Because since when did the women have to truly beg for men to give them attention, hang out, kick it, dance, party, link up? Like, what? Seriously, what? What did we do? Okay? We need answers. So, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe, because we need more and more men in particular to come through to let us know, what did we do wrong and can we fix it?
Go on Kendra G show, you'll see
Why are you
it.
all wanting to hang out with the women anymore? Why is it that you all in today's time would rather hang out with your homeboys and hang out by yourself than to shoot the breeze and kick it with the women? Like, what is at play? We need answers, okay? But y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Because when I came across this video right here, I said, wow, ladies, y'all must have really messed up. Let's get into it. And again, hit the like. Y'all gotta start coming to these brunches. That's where all the pretty girls be at, literally. With their little colorful outfits. They take their hoodies off, their t-shirts off. And then that's where they be. All the working class women, nice nurses and stuff. Like, y'all be missing out. Y'all gotta start coming to the brunches. Y'all love the gym shoes at night, but y'all don't want to come where the ladies be at, pretty and just ready to mingle. I gotta pause it, because already it's so much that needs to be addressed. She's saying, fellas, why don't you all want to come to the outings with us, aka the brunches with us? This is where all of the beautiful women are mingling. You know, they have their pretty, colorful outfits. You know, they're taking the shirts off, aka getting wild, and y'all still don't want to show up? Like, what is going on? So, ladies, we really need to be taking into consideration just how bad we have turned off these men to where they're like not even enticed by a bunch of beautiful women. They don't care that you're taking your clothes off and getting rowdy. Like, oh, Lord, they're turned off. Like, this is a lot. And again, fellas, y'all let me know what happened. But let's continue.
I just want to say shout out to AC Commentary. He said that this was going to happen, and I'm going to put it in the title. Shout out to AC. That man was right. He was absolutely right.
Come on, fellas, like, I need the fellas, man. It's people, what I'm doing something wrong. I just want to know why men don't become angry black men.
Okay, so now she's getting into, I guess, the responses that she received from the initial video. So now she's talking about all of the comments that she got from a bunch of angry black men concerning her previous video asking, hey, why aren't you all coming out to the brunch with us? Okay, but before I get into the second half of this, I have to say this. Ladies, unfortunately, a lot of women have spoiled it for the good quality women, or the women who, you know, would have been, let's say, okay for a man to hang out with and kick it with. You know, so for example, ladies, due to the fact that there's so many women out there that are just poor quality, they only wanted to use the men up. They didn't have a genuine interest in the men. For crying out loud, you all, we have whole femininity coaches teaching women not to even love the man. It's all about his money. It's all about what he can provide for you. So with all of that taken into consideration, you have so many men out here who are just like, look, if all I'm going to be used up as is a sucker and a tool to be thrown away and discarded of, I'd rather save myself the time and the energy and the money. Why should I show up to hang out with a bunch of women who don't even value me? They don't even like me, let alone love me. So yeah, I'll save it. I'll skip it. You know? And so even when you have women such as her who is professing the fact that, hey, I never did anything wrong. What did I do wrong? I always loved the men. I always respected the men. Well, again, unfortunately, due to a lot of women not being in alignment, it does turn off the men from the bulk, from the majority. So they just cast all of you all away. And that's why it was so imperative for the women who were trying to be righteous, right? Who were trying to be fair and balanced to call out these females that were not. And I get it, ladies. It's hard to speak up and stand up against the quote-unquote sisterhood of sadness, right? When they're telling you, oh, you're a pick-me, and oh, you're male-identified, and oh, you're against women, and you're setting women back. I know that can be a lot to go up against, but you had to speak up against it because now look at you in these very awkward situations to where you're begging for the men to pay you attention and not throw you out with the other women. Well, you asked for it, okay? I mean, when you don't speak up against things that are unrighteous, unfair, selfish, and all of that, well, you get what you get. And so that is ultimately what we're facing today as well, ladies. And I do feel sorry for the good quality women that are being overlooked in the process. But again, this is why y'all should have been standing up and speaking out. But let's continue. And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Dogging us out so bad, saying how we want y'all to pay for stuff and just the lies. If I'm inviting you to a brunch, that means me and my girls already got our tickets and our tables. What do we need your stuff for? What's that little money gonna do? Majority of the women making more money anyway.
Here we go.
See?
Just when I thought maybe she would have been one of the good apples.
That's what I'm talking about.
You expose yourself.
Right.
So, I'm guessing she got a lot of pushback from her previous video talking about the men. Why aren't y'all showing up and kicking it with us and hanging out with us? And she's now saying that she got a comment section full of angry black men talking about how a lot of women just want to use them. And that's rightfully so, that they feel that way. I mean, again, have you all heard about the level up life and the soft girl era in life? A lot of those chicks out there are heavily fixated on finding a man to, again, milk dry.
Right.
Okay? They're not in
Right.
it for righteous reasons.
Right.
It's all about how you can use up a guy. And another thing that goes into that is the fact that when men did show women genuine interest, they would soon learn and find out that the woman did not like him, and it was all about what she can gain from him.
Mm-hmm.
No reciprocation, no appreciation. And so now you're starting to see a lot of hesitation, bars, from the men wanting to hang out. You know, like, why do all of that when the majority of y'all are just users? So that's rightfully so. And I'm really disappointed that the first thing that she went into doing was insulting the men and saying, oh, well, we make more money than y'all anyway, and we don't need y'all anyway. We boss chicks. And see, to me, that kind of exposes her.
Right.
Because if you were genuinely trying to gain an understanding of why the men were staying away and what you could honestly do to make it better, you wouldn't result into the insults.
Exactly.
Okay? You wouldn't instantly go into, oh, well, we got more money than y'all anyway. We don't need y'all.
Right.
This, that, and the third.
Right.
Well, which one is it, ma'am? Because it's starting to sound like you only did want the men to show up so that they
Exactly.
can cash out on you.
Exactly.
Again, if you had
Exactly.
righteous and pure intentions, it wouldn't have resulted in this. Okay? When the men started to vocalize their feelings and say, well, a lot of the women out here are just users. They only want us to spend our money on them and not taking a genuine interest in us. You should have heard them out instead of saying, well, y'all are broke dusties anyway. Nobody wants your money. What are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously and clearly these men are experiencing something in mass, in bulk, and it has to have some kind of merit and truth behind it. And so many of us women, we're very dismissive towards that. It's like, oh, ain't nobody using y'all for y'all money. Don't nobody want y'all. Y'all broke anyway. We don't need y'all anyway. Well, if that's the truth and that's the case and that's how you're really feeling about these men, why the initial video to begin with? Why even go into the whole mode of, hey, we just want to kick it. We just want to hang out with y'all. Why y'all not showing up? Why y'all not doing this? Well, if they're worthless and useless, you don't need them.
Right.
You bossed up without them.
Exactly. And this is what I've been trying to say. Because these women, they open up their mouth and they don't even hear what they're saying. They get all emotional and they think that, and that's the thing that men have talked about in America. Is, well, if you don't need me and you coming off all defensive and everything, and I'm educated and I make this much money, then the man's like, okay, then you don't need me, then I'll go find a woman that needs me. And that's what the men who have the resources do. So your mouth is the reason why some of you women who have that mindset like that, not her, but the woman on there, that's why they're single. That's why they forever can't, and when they get the wrong dude, they go for one dude after one dude, because some dudes don't put up with that. They'll cuss them out. They really cuss them out and go off on them. And that's what kind of dude that they attract. And then all men, but if a man who don't do that, then they soft.
Ever walked down a street and felt a twinge of fear?
It's the truth.
In a world where danger can be anywhere, how do you ensure your safety and peace of mind? Well, we're hosting a 100% free event on using non-lethal tools for self-defense to help. You'll dive deep into the world of self-defense with expert-led
DNA testing at birth, to me, is like, you are telling your wife, I think you've been cheating on me.
I have been wondering for a long time whether they're mine or not.
Why is it bad or frowned upon when a man says, I like to ensure that child is mine?
You don't know who else you're sleeping with to want to know if the kids really is.
DNA tested mandatory is stupid.
In front of the house?
Bye.
In front of the house.
0.9% not compatible. So you got pregnant around the time you were with.
It's to no surprise whatsoever. A lot of them are saying that they would divorce their husband immediately.
And this is another reason why men don't have it.
Hey guys, welcome back to More Life. Now before we get into this video, ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get right into this.
DNA testing at birth.
Mandatory.
Mandatory DNA testing at birth. I don't agree with that.
Check that baby. No, like what? Check that baby. I don't care what nobody says. Check that baby. You never know. You never know.
But what I feel like DNA testing at birth to me is like, no matter how you spin it, no matter how you try to dress it up, you are telling your wife, I think you've been cheating on me.
And there are examples where guys raise kids that aren't theirs. Like, it's like, I can understand if it's never happened or if it's not a thing, but that's a thing that happens. People take breaks, raise kids. What was that one story about the dude that, like, raised the kid, like, after they took a break and then found out that the kid wasn't his? It happened while they were on a break, and you know what I mean? Like, that's...
I mean, okay, during a break, I feel like I can understand that justification. But it's like, we've been together, we've been rocking together, it's been 8 years, no break, been solid. No. Never thought I cheated on you.
You never know.
You once.
No.
If I have a baby, I carried this baby for 9 months. I just pushed out a 8-pound human.
That could not be mine. You pushed out an 8-pound human.
Listen.
No, he should have to ask it, because you should be doing it. Because there are guys. Watch this next video, and you'll see exactly why everybody needs a DNA test.
Mr. Willis, what brings you in the courtroom today? I have been wondering for a long time about whether these children, we have 3 children, whether they're mine or not. They're all so ugly, and they don't look like me. I'm a real handsome dude, and these kids look like they come right off the street.
Okay, Mrs. Willis. Yes. I mean, y'all have been together for a long time. Oh, what is your take on it? We've been together for over 50 years. Wow.
They've been together for over 50 years. Now watch this.
Wow, 50 years. And you sitting in front of me today. And I married a man. I mean, is he anything to look at? I mean, he must have been. You've been with him long enough now. Well, I married him for his personality, not his looks. Ooh, well, some personality here. And he says my kids aren't good looking. Well, ugly men make ugly children, honey. These are your kids. I mean, you think just because you traveled so damn much that I was fooling around? Hell, I was home with the kids.
Well, when I came home, you were kind of messed up a couple times.
What's that messed up?
Well, you know, and then once I came home...
I had my period. I mean, come on. What? Wait a minute. You think you just walk in the house and say, hey, you nookie? Okay, you gotta watch what you say in my courtroom now. I said I had my period. What's wrong with saying that? I need order. I need order in my court. Yes, ma'am. I mean, everybody is speaking out of turn. Everything is going every which way now. I need some order in here.
Oh, yeah, one time I came home and I pulled in the front driveway and I saw this car down the street take off because somebody came out the back door.
It was the repairman. I told you the washing machine was broken.
You told me it was the postman.
No, that was the other time.
It seems like a joke because people in the back laughing, but he went through that all these years, his calm demeanor, and he let it go and stayed with her. Men are staying with these women. See, you wouldn't know. You would think, oh, sweet old lady, sweet old lady. Watch this.
Mrs. Willis. I mean, so do he have is it any doubt in your mind that these kids, all 3 of them, not 1, not 2, but all 3 of them is not his? They're his kids. I mean, all right, Mr. Willis, now do you hope these kids are yours?
Yeah. I mean, even though they're ugly, because if they weren't mine, I would have just been pissing my money away all these years, taking care of those little brats.
Okay. That's, you know, I don't get this, because if I was going to fool around while you were gone, Don't you think I would have picked some good-looking men that look better than you do?
No.
Okay, all right. Who brought y'all here today? What brought y'all? Well, he did. He watches this crap on TV. He said, I want to go to one of those courtrooms and prove that these brats aren't mine. I don't think...
No. Something hit him deep down in his soul. And he said, that's not my kids. That's what happened. Maybe a friend, but something hit him deep down in his core.
I think they're brats. I think they're wonderful kids. And I don't think they're ugly. So
well, you know, I've seen all these great results, and I want to prove it because if they aren't mine, I've had it.
What are you doing? Wait a minute. We've been together over 50 years, and you're going to walk out the door. Look, you won't even look at me.
I got a nice young lady waiting out there.
Man, oh man.
Wait. So you telling me after 50 years, you gonna walk with this young lady you claim you got waiting in the bushes somewhere, but you talked about her with the milkman and the plumber and everybody else.
She probably was.
Thank you, Your Honor. We need some. We gonna have to get down to the bottom of this, and I mean fast at this point.
I gotta cover myself.
Cover yourself? Seemed like you should have been covering back then and not right now. You know, if you'd stayed home, you wouldn't have this question in your mind.
I had too much fun not staying home.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I'm not finna keep going back and forth. I'm finna go ahead and get down to these results. All right, guys, I got these results in my hand. Is there any final words that you wanna get out before I read these results? I don't know why we're here. We've been together all this time. You traveled a lot. You think I was fooling around. I think you were probably fooling around when you were on the road.
That's
I
not
bet
true.
there's some ugly kids out there that belong to you.
I don't want these kids around me if they're not mine.
Honey, you've raised them.
Well, yeah.
Don't you love them?
I
mean, you call them ugly. This is just...
They get in my way.
Oh, this is just wrong. This is just wrong. You know what? I done had a time in here with you guys today, and I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all out my head. Yeah, tell them they're my kids. I mean, they're your kids. All right. The results reads as follows. First, child, Mr. Willis, you are not the father.
That's what I figured.
No.
Not his kids.
That's
50
wrong.
years.
That's wrong. Second
Not
child.
his kids. Second child.
It's a mistake. Mr. Willis, you are not
You
the
are
father.
not
You
the
are reading
father.
someone else's file. This is
I have a mailman and a plumber.
He said it. He said it.
Oh, my God. Oh, wait. No. Hey.
Sorry.
Words.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm just...
Child 3.
Oh.
Mr. Willis.
I
pray and I hope.
Please.
But you are not.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's not. Now, that sweet old lady voice will get you every time. It will. I'm the sweet old lady. I wouldn't hurt a fly. You dirty rotten scoundrel.
Hey.
Sorry.
Words.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm just...
Child 3. Mr. Willis. I pray and I hope.
Please.
But you are not the father.
Oh,
my God.
Honey, I love you. Don't leave me.
That's crazy. I don't know if it felt like a skit to me, but yeah, guys need to beware.
After 50 years?
Star, Jeremy, hold on. What do you call it? Divorces his wife after discovering her ex fathered the twins. So, give you more context, yeah? I explained it just in layman terms.
Yeah.
They've been going out for years, well, not going out, but married for years, and then they found out through a DNA test laced down the line that the twins that he's been raising for I don't know how many years of his life are not his kids. Now, the conversation that's had in the topics, in the rooms, is that should now at birth, DNA test be mandatory for both, obviously more for the father. At birth.
That's crazy, you know.
Exactly.
That's
Is that
violence to the woman?
I know, but not like him asking for it, but be mandatory.
That is insane.
That's so crazy, you know.
It's mad though, isn't it? I was like, this is juicing.
Imagine the feeling that you'd get though, bro.
Like, you're taking care of your girl.
Yeah,
9
exactly.
months.
Because now he's
Pops out, and then it's like...
You know what? Yes, it should be.
Yeah.
It should just be there.
Yeah, I think it should be there. No one talks about it yet.
Just there.
Yeah, because I think going through that, I shouldn't have to ask for it as a man.
I'm
But I
like
think it should just be
Percy as
there
well.
naturally.
I should be allowed to sue you.
Sue you?
Yeah. Bro, I've been raising kids that's aren't mine.
Yeah.
I've been lied to. Bro, how old are the kids? How old are the kids?
I don't know.
Alright, go, let's say this.
Twins,
Let's say this. You're with your miss.
Yeah, but what's going on with that new law? You will be able to sue.
How do you feel about a DNA test being mandatory for all dads? Ooh. And his story was he took care of the child for a substantial amount of time, and later on he ended up finding out that that child was not his. So he had to pay child support for this child. Of course, he had a very close relationship with this child. However, the mother of the child did not have to repay back any of that child support. So he's the one that's going through the emotional damage. He's the one that's damaged. And of course, the child is damaged.
Say, do you think DNA testing should be mandatory for all men? Absolutely. But I'm going to ask you what you think. All right.
The DNA test results show that Mr. Smith, you are not Monica's father.
Ladies, would you be okay with a DNA test being a requirement as soon as you gave birth to your child? Meaning they would test the child and then test the father right there at that moment before a birth certificate is signed. Quick scenery change. So my thing is this: why would anyone be opposed to that as part of the normal routine of giving birth? Right? Because we're all making this drastic assumption that we know for sure that that child belongs to the man that may be present or not in the room. And there are a lot of things that can happen. You know, birth certificates can get easily signed without a lot of proper identification. Anybody's name can be put on there if they agree. And in some states, if you are married, you are the presumed father, okay, of that child if it comes out of your wife with no DNA test. It's just the law until you go to court and prove otherwise or request a DNA test. So I know, you know, women want a lot of, you know, reassurances and things like that from men in many different forms, right? They want to make sure that they have marriage licenses, and they want to make sure that, you know, they have access to assets, money, bank accounts. But I'm just wondering, why is it bad or frowned upon when a man says, I'd like to ensure that that child is mine because I have no other way of knowing other than maybe it looks like me? In some countries, there is a good chance, like a 25% chance, that that baby doesn't belong to the father. Right? In some countries where polygamy and open relationship lifestyles are very prominent, how do you know? What do you guys think? Oh wait, so another thing to consider too is like the financial impact, right? So when you sign up as the father, you are signing up to be financially bound to that child, right? Whether you're married or not. So your name being on that birth certificate bounds you to financially supporting that child. Child support, all the legalities and all the rights that you would have to that baby. And I know people may say, well, why does it matter? Because if you love the child and you love the woman, who cares? Because if it's not your bloodline, you should know that. Finally.
Black women have been trying to marry white men, but they're not listening. So black women, you need to ask white men, what do you need to do and or change in order to be suitable for marriage and not just dating? Because that's getting you nowhere. Before I get into into this first video, let me just clarify some things, because, and this is a lesson to anybody who's aspiring to be a content creator, right? And you want to create your own content and not just simply do a reaction channel. And sometimes you guys will send me videos of content creators, and then I'll learn that the content creator is like, yeah, man, I saw him using one of my clips or whatever, and he watched my content, and I'm like, man, that's not what it is. Typically what happens is people will tag me in multiple videos. Over the weekend, I got tagged on Facebook, I got tagged on Instagram, on TikTok. It happens all the time. And when multiple people tag me from a video, out of respect for my subscribers, it's only fair that I bring this video up so we can discuss it, because we can find something educational about it. And what I started to notice is that women do this a lot, particularly black women. So the first video that we're going to review is from a black woman, and I've seen her before because I've been tagged in her videos previously. So we're going to review her video. So if this young woman ever sees this video, she's going to be like, yeah, it's obvious you're watching my content. No, ma'am. I'm not watching your content. I get tagged in your videos because you do an amazing job of triggering black men with your rhetoric. And I'm pretty sure that you know what you're doing. I'm pretty sure she knows that she's trolling, because this woman seems like she's educated. So a simple Google search would tell her all the information and answers that she needs on these particular black men and black women topics. So I want to be clear before we get into this woman's video. I do not follow her. I was tagged in it multiple times, tagged in this particular video and another video multiple times. So that's what tends to happen. So if you are a content creator, just be aware that people are going to be like, yeah, man, I saw him reviewing and this and that. It's like, no, just be clear before you start the video to tell them, hey, I'm not following you. I'm just reviewing it because my subscribers think that it's worthy of a review, and we're going to, go over it. So I respect, whoever creates content, good on you, but like, don't get it confused that I'm sitting here looking on your page and trying to find something. No, that's not how it works on YouTube specifically, okay? Just want to be clear. So if you guys, just make sure you understand how this process works. But I've told you guys, there are content creators that I do follow and I enjoy their content. But if it's somebody that's, putting out false narratives about black men and black women, no, I don't follow those people. And if they get too crazy, I go ahead and block it. And again, shouts out to this lady. Her name is Ebony, I believe Ebony Ford. You guys are going to recognize her face because she says some of the craziest stuff. And for some odd reason, she has a beeline to black men, because every time she posts a video, black men are in the comments kind of fighting for their lives. And I'm going to tell black men like this right now before we start. You guys can take a back seat. This is not about you at all, because if you've been following my platform, you know the statistics. So I didn't even go as far as to get the screenshots of the graphs and the statistics and what's saying it. But trust and believe that I will clip those in once I, put this video out. I edit the video and I put it out. You guys know these statistics. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to dismantle her points step by step using the statistics, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Like I said, black men love reacting to this woman, and I'm going to set the record straight. And also, I've done multiple videos about this topic before in regards to black women being the least married. So it's always a good thing to do a refresher video to remind the black community on where we stand in regards to marriages and divorces. Okay? So yeah, so let's get to it. I know that was long, but pause. But we have to do that disclaimer on YouTube, and on Instagram, because I don't want things to get misconstrued like I'm doing something that I'm not. Okay?
Excuse me, where is your hot sauce bar?
We don't have one.
Okay. Firehouse Subs has one.
That I'm not. Okay? So let's get to it.
This stat as if it's some blemish on the character of black women. Did y'all ever think that black women are the least married because we're the most loyal? We just seem to
absolutely refuse to date outside of our race.
So, in the chat, do y'all agree with that? We've discussed this before, and this is a common talking point that black women have. They say that they are so loyal to black men that they refuse to date outside their race. Now, this is where black men can just, take a seat, because I'm going to talk directly to black women. In order for you guys to say that you're just simply race loyal to black men, then you have to be wanted at a higher rate from other races of men. Is that happening? No. But what is happening is black women expressing their love and their admiration for non-black men, specifically white men. You can see this all on TikTok. You can see it on Instagram. Every month a black woman goes viral for expressing their love for white men in particular.
I've never seen an unhappy black woman with a fine-ass white man. I've never seen it. And we could talk about it more. Because the ones that be happy as hell with their white man, they be getting everything that they want. And that's going to be me next. Happily in love, living a life, they man spoiling them. They just open it. Where the white man at? I'm at the point where I'm sick. Like, I am. Y'all give nothing no more. So I'm dating out of my comfort zone now, and I'm going to get me a Caucasian man. So where y'all at?
I'm fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together, and then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us, but then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
Black men, y'all need to do better. Y'all really need to do better. There is no reason why I should have a white man, a 6'2", 220, white collar, blue jeans, and white sneakers wearing white man sit right in my face, look me dead in my eyes, didn't blink or stutter not nail one time, and tell me that he cannot understand for the life of him how a black man who looks homeless has the audacity or the courage to approach a black woman. And he didn't just say a black woman. He said a fine, good-looking black woman. Huh? He said if he had that type of courage, if he looked like that, I couldn't even be mad at him. I couldn't even defend my brothers. Brother? It's true, the audacity of some of these black men coming up to beautiful-looking black women looking like bums. Y'all are embarrassing. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves. Get it together.
But white men are listening to you guys. You guys are helping them grow their platform. And they're turning the other way, marrying their own women, which is what most people do. And then they'll go straight to the Hispanics, and they'll go to Asian women. That's how the hierarchy goes. White men marry their women at over an 80% clip. Then they go to Hispanics, then Asians, and then they go to black women at the lowest rate. So let me be clear to the black women that keep pushing this word, just race loyal to black men. Married white men only marry black women at a 0.5% clip. Black women, married black women, are only married to white men at a 6.5% clip. So put that into perspective, and I hope you guys understand. White men have a larger population. So if they have a larger population, then that would assume that there's more white men to marry black women. But they're not doing that. It's at 0.5%. And I understand black women, that you'll go on TikTok and you'll see a white man spoiling a black woman, a beautiful black woman, right? This is the avatar of black women's dreams. They'll see this white man, older white man, spoiling some young black woman, married
she going to the store shopping, and then you'll log into Instagram and you'll see the same thing. And those white men are saying, yeah, I love black women. You know, I married a black woman. They're doing everything great, which is perfectly fine. However, black women need to start asking those white men, do you have any friends? Because as of now, white men are not marrying black women like that. But on social media, it may look like that because you got 2 or 3 couples that are, you know, white men, black women, and you guys idolize them. And that's okay. But your gripe, black women, is not with black men. Black men have nothing to do with this. Your gripe or complaints should be with white men or non-black men. Don't even bring us into it, because it has nothing to do with us. If your desire is to marry outside of your race, then you need to start going to the source. Don't go to black platforms and talk directly to black men and be like, hey, yeah, we gonna marry white men or we gonna date white men.
Right.
Don't tell us.
Right.
Tell them.
Right.
Tell white men what you're trying to do, because if y'all are so race loyal,
right.
and I'm saying that that's not true, and there's an abundance of black women that want to date and or marry out of their race, then white men should be beating down the door trying to get those said marriageable black women.
True.
Right?
True.
So ask them, why haven't they done that yet?
Right.
Because this has been going on for years. Black women have been trying to marry white men, but they're not listening. So black women, you need to ask white men, what do you need to do and or change in order to be suitable for marriage? And not just dating, because that's getting you nowhere. Between the years 2015 to 2019, listen to this, black women, you all have had 1 million more children than black men during that time span. Okay? So you guys are hooking up with non-black men. You are having babies by non-black men, but they're not marrying you. And that's where you guys need to start asking questions. And if this sounds like I'm giving you advice, I am. Because I don't have a problem with interracial dating. If you don't know my history, I was in the military for 20 years. I've traveled to 52 different countries. Okay? So I'll be lying if I told you here, you know, hey, every country that I went to, Germany, you know, wherever else, I've only dated black women. No. So I don't care if you know, try and date outside your race. You do what you want to do. What's that phrase that black women like to say? Go where you're appreciated or something like that. Then y'all should do that.
Right.
But if the men that you want to marry aren't marrying you and aren't listening to all your praise and admiration, ask them why. Don't come over here. We have nothing to do with it. Because black men's interracial marriage statistics have increased. If you didn't know, black women, out of the 36% of black men that are currently married, listen to this. Listen to this. 79% are married to black women, which is not a surprise. However, 21% are now married to non-black women, which means that 1 in 5 married black men are married to a woman of another race, as opposed to you all with 13%. So what does that tell you? Black men will be just fine. This is not our fight. Your fight is not with us. You're not threatening black men by saying we're going to date and or marry outside of our race. Cool, let's see it. Because I'm going to tell you this, as a black man, I'm cocky as hell. I know damn well that black women are going to marry black men regardless. So no matter what you guys say, I'm calling your bluff. Change the statistics. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and let me know if black women can change that narrative. Because I'm going to tell you like this, no matter what y'all say about black men, no matter how much shit you talk about black men, y'all still going to come right back here.
Right.
And if you think I'm lying, go look at the statistics. So yeah, you can take that from me. You want to marry white men? Prove it. And leave us alone. You can't. Gotcha.
I'm going to cut this short. He's absolutely right. And I don't understand when women say stuff like that. It's like maybe because you picked the wrong character of black men, the reason why you come across some black men like that. But, you know, when you marry outside your race, you should concentrate more on the character. See, once the honeymoon is over, the reality sets in. And there's certain things that, you know, that white man is not going to put up with what the black man have put up with you from. He's not going to put up with it. Then he got a greater advantage over you in certain ways too. And so, you know, do what you want to do, but why throw that up in a black man and go over to a black? Once you, and basically what he's saying is like, once you're over there, go over there. Okay, you don't have, if that's the way you feel, then stick with it. But if you have a disagreement with that particular man, don't come back to black man. Go to the next white man. You know, because once you do that, and you make a video like this, you hurt yourself. Black men gonna remember what you said, and so it's the feeling is mutual, as he say. He's absolutely right. But I don't know why. You know, they live in. I think a lot of these women live in a fantasy world, and that's just unrealistic. I mean, because even though what you know, that man, you know, what is that man who you pick? What is his character like? What is his character? Because sometimes some people character change, and it's just a honeymoon ride. Because the reality is that most white people want, when they have marriage and children, want to look like them. That's a fact, even though they have some, you see some adopt other children, but most white people, and when they pretend to procreate with white women, 9 chances out of 10 are a lighter Asian woman or a lighter Hispanic woman. That's what they're going to be attracted to. That's what he was saying. This is a fact. And they marry outside the race, because no one really could tell. See, appearance means something to people. And a dark, black-skinned woman sometimes stands out. And in certain cases, it depends on their company. And then I've heard some things when it comes to certain cultural events, and what if the person got relatives that kind of racist, friends that kind of racist. See, you don't think about that. So, and then you come look like Boo Boo the Fool just saying that. Think the character, not the color, because that you know, and it's the same way black men would go to other women. You know, it sounds cool, but long on the American shores and places like America, race does seem to be a factor. Now, if you go into certain other countries, it may not. They just look at you as husband and wife, but you know, deep down, it's still kind of like some people have still logically haven't never really accepted, and these other cultures come with the mindset not to really accept it too. They adapt that part of it. No, we just want to stay there, or we can make commerce with these people, but these particular people, no. And you're going to find that out. And people put on the face like they don't bother them, but trust me, let a black person piss them off when you're around majority white people. You're gonna find out right then and there. So watch what you say. But anyway, I hope you like this video, like and subscribe. But yeah, shout out to all the channels, and shout out to AC Commentary. He called it with the women. He called it, and I might put it in the title. Shout out to him, because the guy's like prophetic. He said you're done, and sure enough, when men are tired. But anyway, hope you like this video. Take care, be blessed, and see you on this video.